We're going to look at the left-hand one quickly, but just to showcase again what you sometimes do, okay? Where I draw these lines are now, that's the hitting zone. Back here is the practice zone. You can see yourself when you were still on this left-hand side here now, you stood over the golf ball, checking the left wrist to make sure you were getting the square and the left wrist flat and all this kind of stuff. And the club now was coming down through some angles that we just don't want to see on that downswing. I mean, you had a couple there. I mean, that was, the club almost tips beyond vertical, which you were completely unaware of, but it just showed that you're so, I mean, look at that. Your club's out there. I mean, if I said hit the ball from that position, you'd have an air shot, yeah? You'd come way into the golf ball, you might toe it or shank it because the club's coming right across. So we'll ignore that now and get rid of that, okay? So now we look how we should do it. This was like the 5th or 6th shot of the one in the sequence and there, okay? Back off the golf ball well away, okay? Now, a lot of the cameras from a different angle, I think you'll quite clearly see when you get up here how that club is working down a lot shallower here, yeah? You can see where that club's coming from. The fact that you can't see the club here now, in your old swing, the club would have been there, yeah? Or in that old practice sequence, the club would have been up there, okay? So you're bringing the club a lot shallower. The club's staying behind because you're pressurising into that ground, pushing into the ground, yeah? Now, you're trying to keep these hips back, but you can see the hips are clearing very, very nicely, which they will do through the golf ball. And you do this for a few, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots, whatever it may be. Now we're stepping in. You've created a feel in the practice area, yeah? You think, okay, I feel more exaggerated pushing down to that ground. So then when we step the golf ball now, we've now created that feel. We've got the target. We're up to the top of the backswing. We're in a good number here now. And now we push down. And the club now is coming under towards your right shoulder. We see it in the past through here. We're now going through there. It's still steeper than you probably wanted to, but it's shallowed because of the stuff you've done over here. So the more you can keep doing that, the more in time that club's going to shallow. But look at the difference in those two clubs there coming into the golf. I mean, that club's out there, that club's down there. At least this has got a chance when it comes in the golf ball. Nice angle of attack. Your right foot coming off the ground a little bit means it shows your weight has shifted. Your shoulders are nice and square with the hips sort of just opening up nicely. And we can twist through and just flush it down the middle of the fairways. We saw those 6, 7 shots really, really nicely done. So at least if we got this sort of plane under your neck, the club's not going over that in this area somewhere, yeah? But that's done through practice. The shot is done as a test. It's like a science lab. You go in there, you pour this in, pour that in, okay, right, now we're going to test it. And think, boom, what happens, yeah? If nothing works, we'll try a bit more, a little bit more here. If we just stood there just pouring stuff in all the time and just hoping for the best. And if when you hit one of the hybrids, I mean, the first hybrid, it was okay, got a bit drawy. I said, and I went, yeah, the club face was a bit closed. You could almost see your brain going, I'll tell you what, I'll just open this club face. And it was like on the wrong fairway, yeah? So micro adjustments are almost impossible, yeah? Tour players can do it. Single, I'd say category 1, like 5, 4, 3, 2 handicappers could possibly do it. Anything more than that, they're not going to do it because they just not aware where the club is and trying to flick something at 100 mile an hour. It's going all over the place, yeah? So if the hips can work better, you can hit some, I think, good shots, mate. And I think if you can just get in the habit of when you start in those 6 shots there, I would have said to you now, we'll change club. You just hit 7 or 6 or 7 really good 7 irons in a row. Now change to a different club. Challenge that with then change to a different club. And chuck in some of the hybrids, chuck in some of the drivers, chuck into different clubs and just see how they go. And then if you find, okay, I struggle a bit more with this club, okay, why? If you're struggling with the longer ones, it's because you're probably slightly on the steeper side, yeah? If you start coming down and you're getting shallower, you'll probably find the drivers really good and the short irons will be not so good.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Gotcha.
Happy with that, yeah?
I am.
Good, very good, mate. No, really, really good.